Okay, guys. So the template is here. This is the template you should use when it comes to the accounting equation. So can someone just type in the chat box, what is the accounting equation, guys? Or can someone unmute? You guys don't talk. What's wrong? Someone unmute. What is the accounting equation?
Assets is equal to liabilities plus equity.
100%. Can we have a round of applause for the person who answered? 100%. 100%. Okay. What's going on here? Okay, cool. So let me make sure I add that in the document. So template, right? The accounting equation applied in transactions and events. That is the heading for today's agenda. Please remember these terminologies, guys. The headings I give you, the language that is used, right, when we are applying IFRS is very important because you have to follow the standard, okay? So this is the accounting equation. Assets equals, so let's put a nice equals there. Equals, right? And also, guys, please keep the equation in mind as well as how to do basic maths. I'll show you, or I'll explain it to you why just now. Okay? Assets equals, can it not be in bold? Okay. Equity right. So keep that in mind. We have our transaction box where we simply just label, is it transaction 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay. Now let us get into the scenario. Okay. Can y'all see the screen? Just communicate there. Okay, let me just check if people can see the screen. Okay. Okay. Right. What do? We always begin by reading the required. Okay. So in this place, there isn't a heading that says required. Usually there should be a heading, right? But this is what the required is. Use the table below to structure the answer, okay? The table below is just an example and is not necessarily the solution to transaction 1, right? This is a transaction, okay? And then we come up to the scenario. Mr. Ranger is finding much difficulty in understanding and applying the accounting equation. Today's agenda. The following transactions occurred during the month of January 2023. Right? Dates, we've already spoken about it. And you have been requested to indicate how the transactions will affect the accounting equation. Okay, 11 marks, right? We're going to do 2 different activities. This one is the easy one, in my opinion, all right? So I want you to first, before you take a dip into the pool, right? We need to take a slight teaser with our foot just to test the waters, basically. Okay, and then the next example, it's not that it's too crazy, but I just feel like it's slightly advanced. Okay. So, transaction 1, Mr. Ranger, please have your calculators out, guys. Actually, I need to pause. Let me get my calculator out. I also want to teach you some a formula. Well, you guys have already learned it, but in this case, I want you to remember some mathematics. So get your calculators out and give me a second to get mine. Okay, let's go. Mr. Ranger paid 120,000 into Kalahari's bank account. So there was a student who did the activity before the class, and I said I would get back to them. Apologies. I hope you are in this class and you actually get the answer. So please mark yourself. All right. So Kalahari, in this sense, is Mr. Ranger's company. Okay, and after careful reading of the scenario, they didn't specifically state that. So at this point in time, we need to assume, all right, of this amount, this is where the maths comes in. 30% is payable back to Mr. Ranger, and the balance is not. Right? So now someone please attempt. What do you think they're asking us to do here? In terms of the accounting equation, what do you think we need to do? And our answer, what are we going to add? What elements are being affected? Any takers? Okay, let's see if we can identify the element at least. The 120,000 Rand into Kalahari's bank account. Okay, so what element do you guys think will be affected here? Okay, someone said asset and equity. That is correct. Would they increase or decrease? The asset and equity, would they increase or decrease? Asset and liability. Nice. So perfect. We have students that said, okay, let's check the chat box. Let's see. Okay, nice engagement, guys. Just hold on, let it load. Okay. Yo, you guys are in for a surprise though. Those who are saying decrease, you're in for something special. Assets and liabilities, 100%. Asset and equity, 1,000,000%. Asset and liability, 4 trillion. Okay, but now when I've asked, increase or decrease, yo, it's going down. Decrease, guys. Are you sure? Asset will increase. That is 100% correct. Okay, I'm liking these guesses. So, guys, those who said decrease, unfortunately, but it happens. It's part of life. We're here to learn. Let me explain to you why. And thank you very much for actually coming out and taking a guess. It's improving the flow of the class in the sense of engagement. Right? So let's go to our solution. This is what we're going to do. First, we draw this box. Standard UJ template. Transaction 1. Okay? Assets. Right? Assets are going to increase, guys. Okay? So what you're going to write is and you're going to have to specify the account item. I think I'm just going to have everything in bold, guys. Right? Plus 120,000 and specify the account item. Right? 120,000. So, guys, let me make something very clear. I think this might be confusing people. What is the entity called? Kalahari. So the reason why I am emphasizing this is because just this question starts by talking about Mr. Ranger. So I don't want you guys to think this is from Mr. Ranger's bank account. It's not. Mr. Ranger is the owner of Kalahari, right? So the entity, you see when I was teaching you guys reporting period, reporting date, reporting entity, the reporting entity is Kalahari, okay? Not Mr. Ranger. So excuse me, sorry.
So Mr. Ranger's basic.
I think you went offline. Please do unmute your mic.
I'm saying, can you hear me now?
I can.
I'm saying, so Mr. Ranger's basically making a contribution.
Yes. And what do we call owner's contribution? Someone in the chat or you who is speaking?
Is it share capital?
Yes, it's capital. Share capital, yes. Okay. So he's putting capital into his business. Okay. Let's go. So it's one plus 120,000 in Kalahari. So guys, we as the accountants, I always teach you now. The reason why I'm gonna keep saying we and us is because every time the reporting entity is mentioned, picture yourself as one of their employees, an accountant who is doing their books. So everyone, all how many of us are in this class? All 40 of us in this class are Kalahari now, né? Right. So we are reporting from our bank. So guys, us in our bank, let me see. Plus 120,000 Rand into our bank account because of the generous contribution by Mr. What's his name? Ish, I forgot his name. Right? Then go back to the question. Let's read. Now I want people to do maths here. What's his name? Mr. Ranger. Okay, yeah. So guys, the 120,000 that came into our bank account, of this amount, 30% is payable. Payable. What is a payable? What is a payable?
Liability.
Yes. Thank you. 30% of the 120,000 Mr. Ranger gave us is payable back to Mr. Ranger. And the balance is not. So the balance obviously is the 70%. Can someone please calculate how much is a liability and how much is equity for the business? For the business. How much? Can you guys please mute your mics? Please mute your mics. Thank you. Okay. We said 30% is what? Is payable to Mr. Ranger. What is the 30%?
36,000 rands.
36,000 Rand. Okay, I'm trusting, né? Can we all verify? Can we all verify with thumbs up? 36 Rand, 36,000 Rand. Okay, 86K equity. Is it 86K equity? Someone saying 84K equity. Which one is it now? Which one is this one? 84K. Guys, thumbs up for 84K. Thumbs up for 84K. Okay. So now we know the equity that increases in our bank account as Kalahari, right, is 84,000. And as our sir told us earlier on, okay, are we together? Up to this point, are you understanding how you must apply a transaction and event? Thumbs up. Let's go, guys. Are we together? Okay, great. Now let's move a bit quicker. So now we know the 30% that is payable back to Mr. Yo, I keep forgetting his name. But you know who Mr. is, Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir. Right? That is a payable. Right, that's transaction one. Now that we know how to do it, guys, please, interactive class now. I think I've been teaching you guys. I want to see if I'm actually getting to you. Mr. Ranger's uncle bought facial products to the value of 10,000 Rand. His uncle paid 6,000 Rand and will pay the rest the following month. The facial products cost Kalahari 7,800. So, guys, what do you think is going to happen here? Hey, this one's also a bit, yay. So, what do you guys think? Do we have any takers? Any takers? Just, okay, at least with the amounts that were mentioned, can you categorize them into account items or elements even? Like, what is the 10K? What is it affecting? Assets, equity, liabilities. The 6K, is it affecting assets, equity, liabilities? The 7.8, is it affecting assets, liabilities, and equity? Let's see, guys. What are we saying? Yo. 40 people are leaving me on red. Yes, that's tense. Okay, so we've got a taker. 10K is an asset. Okay. Okay. $7,800 is an asset. Okay. Yeah, you guys are cooking. Keep cooking. Okay, no. And then can I ask you guys something? With the show of hands, since no one's trying to talk, but with the show of hands, do you guys agree that there will be any equity affected in this question? Do you think equity will be affected in this question? Okay. Right. So let's start with the 10,000 Rand. Nah? Will it increase or decrease equity, the 10K, guys? Increase or decrease? And also the 7,800. Okay, nice, guys. Okay, I'm seeing answers here. So someone said minus 7,800. Minus 7,800 from what? Assets, equity, or liabilities? So you said asset, and the equity, is it going to be decreased or increased? Okay, someone answered. Okay, someone said, please show the question. Someone answered the 10K will increase equity. That is correct. Okay, so with the equity, let's go back to the question. Sorry. Let's go back to the question. Now, Mr. Ranger bought 10,000 Rand worth of facial products, right? That uncle paid 6,000 Rand. Paid 6,000 Rand. Paid. So the reason why I'm asking how it's going to affect assets, or rather, how is it going to affect assets? Because you have to split this 10,000 into two different additions. Okay, so it's not just going to be plus 10,000 Rand cash, right? So in your assets column, you have to split this 10,000. Don't just say plus 10,000. Do you understand, guys? For those who said increase in asset, if you write plus 10,000, I mean, it's not incorrect, but for efficiency. Does that make sense, guys? Split them out into their account items. Okay, so I'm going to start with this first sentence here, right? The uncle paid 6,000 right here. Okay, and then I'll get to this as well, right? So this one is a double. Okay, it's a double entry. Well, not the double entry accounting system, yes, I guess, but essentially, you have to, yeah, it is a double actually. Just take it, it's a double. And I'll show you why now, you'll see it. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is, was that making sense, guys? Yo, when it starts coming to the numbers, I can lose you guys. Can I please have some feedback? Everything I said, is it making sense? Okay, thumbs down. Okay. Yo, guys, nah, at this point, leave. What's going on? Okay, what do you guys not understand? Please unmute. Yo, Gladys is laughing. Please unmute. What don't you understand? Like, where did I lose you? Come, guys, unmute. It's okay. It's okay. Like, where did I lose you? Don't worry, I'll find you. Let me cook. Pot is still seasoning. Yes, talk to me.
Can I ask? Not that I don't understand. I get where you say you must split the 10,000 value.
Yes.
So my take is: do we say it's plus 6,000 in the assets, and then the other?
Yes. Keep going. Keep cooking, guys. Let her cook.
And then the other amount, which is 4,000, that is left, is going to go into liabilities.
No. It's still in assets. That's what I was trying to say. You have to split them into their accounts.
Okay, so it's going to be a negative one.
No. So, okay, I'm so glad you cooked, right? I'm going to pick up where you cooked. So, yes, guys, thank you. Someone's with me at least, so I won't give up. Now, plus 6,000, okay? is bank, right? Because
Okay.
the uncle paid cash. So 6,000 rand, our bank increase. And then the other one that he's gonna pay, right? Let's go back to the question. The rest that he's paying later will be 4,000 rand, and that's a receivable. And if you've been attending the classes since the beginning, you would have paid attention when I mentioned that a receivable is an asset,
Yes.
right? So the asset section is now going to increase, and the account item is receivable. So this is how they would have wanted you to present it. Okay. I think the explanation was shaky, but in terms of the application, do you guys understand now what I meant by you have to split the asset?
Okay, like I get it. Can you please try to explain more on the 4,000 part?
Okay.
The
Okay.
receivable one.
Okay. So, okay, I'm glad everyone who didn't understand is understanding. If your hands are raised, if you see your name here on the screen and your hand is raised, you will speak next. Nah? Don't worry, I will be with you just now. So, 6,000 rand is cash into our assets. That's why, guys, you need to understand what these are called. These are called the elements of financial statements, right? Everything that I'm putting in bracket is the account item that falls under the elements. Okay, so receivable is an account item, and receivable is an asset because we have the right to receive that money, right? We have the right to receive that money from the other entity. It's a legal obligation, okay? And the reason why it will be an asset is because the money that we are yet to receive, we can use it. It has the potential to produce economic benefits. Okay, that's why, and it's legal. It's a to the other entity, it's a liability, but to us, it's a receivable, right? The uncle has the liability to pay us, but to us, we have the right to receive by law. So that's why we account for that item. This is kind of like the accrual basis of accounting, not even kind of, it is. We are recording the 4,000, even though it has not yet been paid. So, by a show of reactions, is everyone on the same page? Can everyone react, please? Everyone. Does it make sense now, guys? Come on. Where's the thumbs up? All right. Spongile, you said it doesn't make sense. Can I ask you something? Have you been attending the classes since last week? Just answer me real quick on that. Okay, so where did I lose you now? Because if you have, I've explained the receivable items, so on and so forth. That's why I encourage you guys to support the YouTube channel, because here I emphasize and repeat everything all the time. Okay, so you need to ensure you watch the videos. I am happy with the ones that understand though. Spongile, how can I assist you? Please just type what you don't understand. I'm going to carry on for the sake of time, and then I'll jump back to your inquiry. Okay, so now we know that the assets column is equal to 10,000. Okay, this is just me being extra so that you can understand that the accounting equation has to be based on mathematics. Nah? So the assets, this 10,000 equals to, right? 10,000 equity. Okay.
So may I ask before you proceed?
Yes.
Do we have to write the 10,000 that it's equals to 10,000?
No, you don't. I did say that I'm being extra here.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm being
okay.
extra to make you guys understand why how the accounting equation balances. Just like if you see the first transaction plus 120,000, right, on this side equals to 84,000 plus 84,000 plus 36,000. What's 84,000 plus 36,000? 120K. So I'm trying to make sure that the mathematics makes sense. Okay. Is that cool? Is everyone with me on that? Okay. Okay, so Sbongile has responded. The 6,000 part, please repeat. Okay, no problem. Let me repeat it quickly. Just give me a second. Un momento. So let's start. Fast. Mr. Ranger's uncle bought facial products, 10K, value of 10K. He paid 6,000 Rand. This 6,000 Rand is cash. What does cash do for us? It increases our bank. Okay. So our bank account increased by 6,000 Rand at that very moment. That's why it's plus 6,000 Rand on the asset side. Okay. And then it says here, the rest he will pay the following month, right? That's a receivable to us. Okay. We have a right to receive this money. Okay. And make use of it, right? To derive economic benefits. Okay. Cool. So that's what this is where we're focusing on first. We'll get to this part. Just wait on that 7.8. Right. So I hope that makes sense. So back to the solution, we say plus 6,000 Rand bank. Okay. Anything that's focusing on cash, you must name it as bank in your journal entries and when you're doing the accounting equation. Okay. And then when you present it in your statements, right? If they say you had a favorable bank balance, that's a scenario they like using. You would write it under the line item cash and cash equivalents. Okay. You would write your total bank account after considering all the events that happened in the reporting period. Right. So this side, we're going to write 10,000 Rand revenue. Okay. Accrual basis of accounting. We're recording the revenue that we are meant to derive from that transaction. And I want you guys to keep note, everything that I leave blank, right? Pretend there's an imaginary zero there. So that when we look at this side, 6,000 plus 4,000 in assets equals the assets is 10,000. Okay? That equals to equity plus liabilities. What's 10,000? What's 10,000 plus zero? 10,000. This one balances. All right? Then we are not done. Let's go to the second part of the question. Okay? Before I continue, chat, are we together? Are we together, chat? Let me see what's going on. Are we together? More people. Okay, more people. Yo, guys, so there's only 7 people who are with me. Interesting. Okay, but I'll continue. I'll take it as majority vote, right? Then it says the facial product cost Kalahari 7,800. Okay, so the reason why this is important, okay, when we make sales, there are 2 account items that are very important to take note of. Okay, the revenue account and the cost of sales account go hand in hand together. Okay, because in the financial statement, the statement of profit or loss, right? Revenue and cost of sales is a line item that you'll have to present. I saw a question. Let me address it quickly. Can you please repeat the 10,000 Rand for equity, sir? So the reason why equity is increasing by 10,000 Rand is because it's revenue, all right? And based on the accrual basis of accounting, we record transactions when they happen. Okay, so our revenue increased by 10,000 Rand. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? Your equity is always what you're truly worth, right? It's basically assets minus liabilities. That's what equities are. So we don't have any liabilities. We actually have 4,000 Rand, which is a right. It's our right, guys. It's our asset. That's why our equity is increasing by 10,000 Rand, because that receivable, even though we don't have it, we are worth that 4,000. Legally, that money is ours. It just hasn't arrived, but it's yours. It's just like this degree, guys. Your graduation day has not yet arrived, right? But it's yours. It's in your equity. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? This degree is yours. Some of you. Just jokes. Just jokes. Everyone is for everyone. The degree is for everyone, guys. Right. So I'm continuing. So now, where are we? 7,800. Right? Guys, do I have any takers? But the thing is, yeah, do I have any takers, guys? At least tell me this. I want you guys to type this specific instruction, right? Type what account is being affected, what element is being affected, assets, equity, liability, right? And tell me, is there a decrease or an increase in each? At least tell me that. I'll tell you the account title because I don't think you guys are familiar with account titles. But what's happening? Okay, equity is being affected. Correct. Increase or decrease, sir or ma'am? Increase or decrease in equity? Okay, increase. Are you sure? Asset inventory decreased. Zinhle is the memo. You did this question. How do you know the account title? You're cooking, Mus. Okay, so for the asset, inventory is going to decrease, right? And now the final verdict, guys, is equity increasing or is it decreasing? What's happening? Is equity increasing or decreasing?
Decreasing.
What is it?
Decreasing.
Yes, correct. Decrease. Nah? Cool. So now let's do the solution. Minus 7,800 inventories. Right? This is the asset that has decreased. Account title. Account title. You must know your account titles. Okay, so start familiarizing yourself. That's why I'm putting them in brackets. Right. So minus 7,800 inventories. Then equity. Minus 7,800 cost of sales. Right. Any questions? Is everyone okay with what's happening here? And does everyone understand the relationship between revenue and cost of sales? Okay, yeah. I was waiting on that one. Is everyone okay here? Okay. So okay. Mbalenhle. So this question had two transactions. Yes, that is correct. Okay, essentially, wait. How do I say this, guys? It was one transaction, but many different accounts being affected. Let me say it like that. Many different accounts are being affected. Not necessarily that it's two transactions. Okay, I'll tell you why now. Because if you look here, everything here is pertaining to the fact that his uncle bought the products worth 10K. Okay, so it's one transaction, many different accounts. So some people don't understand the relationship between inventories and cost of sales, right? So essentially, no, not inventories and cost of sales, revenue and cost of sales. So basically, my famous example that I like to make, last year, right, me and a fellow comrade had a tuck shop. Okay, the cost of sales is how much it cost us to buy the stock, right? It cost us 7.8 to buy the stock. Okay, when we sell this stock, when we sell the 7,800 rand worth of stock, right? We are going to gain 10,000 rand in revenue because obviously our prices account for profits. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? So now when we're decreasing the inventories, we're also decreasing the value of how much they were in cost of sales because it cost us 7,800 to acquire these inventories. Does this make sense, guys? I'm putting that in the simplest way. Please do not overcomplicate. Does that make sense? Okay, what doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Now you need to specify because it's a mixed view. It's a mixed range. Okay, please repeat again, not a problem. So, cost of sales is how much it costs, right, to acquire the inventory. Okay? 10,000 Rand is how much we get when we sell the industry. This is how much it is to buy, but this is how much money is coming back after we sell it. Okay, guys. Does that make sense? That's why we're saying it was 10,000 Rand. The transaction was worth 10,000 Rand, but the cost of these inventories was 7,800, right? So we're writing the cost of these inventories. We are recognizing the cost of those inventories. Okay, and that balances the accounting equation, making it assets negative 7,800 and equity negative 7,800. All of this is being done so that it balances, okay? The inventories and how much the inventories cost, right? This is how much we made because of selling those inventories, okay? And this is how much comes in. So essentially, we're recognizing the income that these inventories caused and how much these inventories cost. That's what happens when you're recognizing an inventory transaction. Make sure you account for how much these inventories cost. When we bought them, it was minus 7,800 from our bank, from our equity. It was the cost of sales. That's how much they cost, right? Does everyone understand now? Let's see. Are we together? Okay, I'm seeing more thumbs up. Guys, everyone, those who don't understand, engage and put thumbs down. Okay, definitely you guys get it. Okay, there's a hand raised. Thank you. Okay, thank you for being patient with me. I am grateful that you guys understand. Why are they denoted negative? Okay, I hope you understood the explanation I just gave. I'll answer your question now. There's a hand raised. Please unmute your mic to speak. Maybe it's just a mistake. Okay, they're denoted in negatives, as I've said again. Okay, maybe that was 2 minutes before, but decrease in inventories is minus assets. We no longer have these assets. These assets are gone. The inventories are gone, but they brought us cash. Né? And we're also showing that when we bought them, it was minus 7,800 because that's how much they cost. But in terms of revenue, this is how much they are bringing. Okay, we good. I think I've said that about 20 times. We good, né? But I don't mind saying it 20 times because no one should leave here not understanding. Né? I'll say it trillion times. 4 trillion is my max. Okay. Okay, cool. Now, last transaction. Let me see. Mr. Ford, an employee of Kalahari, was told at the end of January that her salary of 3,500 will only be paid at the end of March. So guys, what accounts are being affected? This is a nice one. What accounts are being affected? And when you name not accounts, sorry. Yes, accounts. If you know the account, name the account. But what elements, right? Please, guys, please, a key thing that you should have learned from today's class is that the top here, these are elements. These are the elements. Are we good with that? And then the ones in bracket are the account items. In the chat, do you understand that? Please. While we wait for everyone to answer, thumbs up, do you understand? Okay. Someone says liabilities payable, nice. Renelwe, very nice. Element named, right? Account title named. Okay. Amahle, equity, thank you. Correct, right? Who else? Neo, assets and equity. Why? Why assets? Right? Entle, equity and liabilities, thank you. Okay. CED-ish, I don't want to mess up the name. I apologize. Equity and liability, correct. You are correct. Who else? Right, cool. So I've gotten most of the answer. You guys left out the last bit. Increase or decrease? Why is everyone avoiding that? Increase or decrease? So we've come to the conclusion that equity and liabilities are the accounts affected in this transaction. Okay? Increase or decrease? Imange, your hand is raised. You may unmute your mic if you'd like to speak. Okay. Right. So, Nosihle, nice. Plus liabilities minus equity. Okay. Liability increase, yes, thank you, Zintle. Increase in liability, yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Increase in liability, yes. Decrease in equity, yes. Thank you, Renelwe. Penina, decrease. Okay, you just said decrease, but you added to the conversation. Thank you. Round of applause. Spam. Let's crash the computer. Destroy the server. Be disruptive. Clap hands for each other. Well done. Okay, so this one I feel like I can finish. This one's fast. Okay, so we've seen the question. Solution time. Right. Once again, standard. I think tomorrow we'll do the other example. Wait, guys, actually, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Like, I actually want you guys to enjoy your loneliness. So, are we going to have a class tomorrow, or would you like to cry about the fact that no one loves you, except for your parents? Class tomorrow, yes or no? Okay, I'm saying a thumbs up. If it's a thumbs up, it's probably a brew. You know, brews, ish. There's no chance for us. We don't have money for the flowers. So I'm seeing majority. Wait, guys, wait. Indicate class thumbs up or not. Let's have it during the day. What time? I actually wanted to have a venue-based class. Would you guys like to try that tomorrow, or someone said thumbs down. I don't know what's happening. So no class. Thumbs down, no class. Class. Those who are saying thumbs down have dates. So those who are saying thumbs up, you guys are lonely. Those who are thumbs down have dates. Okay, now someone said 1 o'clock. Okay, no. Let's guys enjoy Valentine's Day, Shem. What about Saturday? Entle saying no.
Say,
Entle, get a date, man. Go enjoy yourself. Yes, you may speak.
no, say we want a class tomorrow. Can I have a class? Yes, please.
Okay. We'll have a class tomorrow doing the second transaction. The second, what's it called? Accounting equation transaction.
How amazing.
Okay, if possible, can we jump into financial statement, because the lecturer said we're going to do them next week. 100% Zintle. Hey, Zintle wants to be a step ahead of me now. So what's going on, Zintle? Of course, we're going to have a class on financial statements. We just need to finish the accounting equation. Then I have to show you the double entry system, right? There's no ways the financial statements are more important than the double entry system, because the double entry system is essentially a perfect copy and paste method as to how you present your financial statements. Because let me show you something. For example, when we see minus 7,800 cost of sales, you know that in your cost of sales calculation, in your statement of profit or loss, minus 7,000 must be written there. Do you understand? And in your revenue, you will know that plus 10,000. Okay. So essentially, when you're reporting the statement now, you're going to say revenue minus 7,800 gives you gross profit. So we're going to go accounting equation, then we're going to go to journals, and financial statements will be touching. I did touch on them when the classes started last week. I was going to post that part of the video, but now I'm gatekeeping because I feel like it was going to confuse you, to be honest. So I decided to just post the more simplified stuff. We will get to the depth very soon. I'm very torn in between having a class tomorrow or not. I feel like I can have it and just record it, and you guys can just catch up on YouTube in the end of the day. Okay? How does that sound? YouTube, guys. And I'll indicate this is the second part of the accounting equation. Renelo is saying not tomorrow. But okay, a lot of people are saying YouTube is fine. Oh, Renelwe wants it live. Okay, I understand you. Live is always better. Then Renelwe, tell your Valentine, Hade, I would like to study accounting 1A. It's over. I'm dedicating my life to books now and my degree, as you should. Sacrifices, opportunity cost, Baba. Have you been attending economics? Opportunity cost. Okay, last but not least, guys. The answer. Okay, assets, 0. Right? And then what did we say? Minus equity, 3,500 salaries. Okay? And plus 3,500. Okay? Which is payables. So guys, you need to understand that these accounting items now, they affect a lot of things, right? These transactions affect more than one account title. Yes. Okay. So basically it falls under the assets, equity, liability elements, but the account titles, check this out. We can see 3,500 as a number here, and we can see it here, but it's two different occasions, right? So minus 3,500 would be salaries, right? That's decreasing our equity. We are worth 3,500 less, okay? Because we owe salaries. And back to what's called the equity definition, the residual interest in entity after deducting its liabilities, right, from its assets. Okay? So we are decreasing equity by 3,500 because equity shows the true value of how much we're worth, even if we don't have it in cash. Okay? And then plus 3,500 payables, right? It is a payable because we need to pay. We are yet to pay the salary, right? And if you type in your calculator, minus 3,500 plus 3,500 equals 0, which means assets is indeed 0, and that is equals to equity plus liabilities, right? So chat, how was that? Do you get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
So can I ask?
Yeah. Yes,
So-
you may.
So by the equity you wrote salaries, are we not supposed to specify that salary expense?
Okay, you can, right? But salaries, if you write, when you're doing your journalizations, right? If you write the title salaries, okay, and you debit it as an expense is debited, and you show that payables are credited, right? You will not lose the marks. Because next to salary, you must just write PL. That's why it's important to write the journalization, okay? But you can't say salaries expense, right? But I'm avoiding saying salaries expense because in this case, it's like it's a liability right now. So I want to actually, what is it called? Promote more the fact that it's a liability. Hence why salaries, payables. Ne? Thank you guys all for joining me. I will decide if we'll have a class tomorrow, most probably recorded. I appreciate you guys. Do you guys understand? Please leave me a thumbs up. W's in the chat. The call is ending now. How?
Thank you,
Bro
sir,
said
for
they
the
don't
class.
understand.
But sir, can we have class on Saturday, please?
I'll think about it. Guys, if you don't understand, please private message me. I'm just glad the majority understands. No one gets left behind. If you don't understand, private message.
Hi,
W's
sir.
in the chat. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Should we have a total space? No, the way it's presented here is nga. Don't stress. Nga. It's nga like
Excuse me,
this.
sir.
Yes, you may ask. But the
Yes,
call
I
is
just
gonna
want
end.
to ask, do we write the dates when we apply the accounting equation?
No, it's not necessary.